Most people believe investing is something only rich or older people do. They imagine you need tons of money, a financial advisor, a complicated strategy, and a deep understanding of the stock market. And because of those beliefs, they put off investing for years, sometimes even decades. But the truth is completely different from what most people think. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be a genius. And you definitely don't need thousands of dollars. In fact, you can start your entire investing journey with just $20. $20. That's the price of 2 coffees, a restaurant meal, or a movie ticket. And today, you're really going to see exactly how that tiny amount can become one of the smartest decisions of your life. People underestimate what a small beginning can do. They think, what's the point of investing $20? It won't change my life. But that's the wrong way to look at money. The goal of your first $20 isn't to make you rich. It's to build a habit. It's to get you inside the game instead of watching from the sidelines. It's to teach you how investing actually works without feeling overwhelmed. Think of it like going to the gym. Your first workout won't change your entire body, but it will change your mindset. It will start a routine. It will make the next workout easier. And that's exactly what your first $20 does. It gets you moving. The most powerful thing about investing isn't how much you start with. It's how long you stay in. Time is the real money maker because of something called compound growth. Think of compound growth as your money making more money. And then that new money also makes money. And all of it keeps growing like a snowball rolling down a hill. A snowball doesn't start big. It starts tiny. But as it rolls, it picks up more and more snow and grows into something much larger. Your first $20 is that tiny snowball. Once you let it roll, once you keep adding small amounts over time, it grows into something far bigger than you expect. Before you start investing your $20, it's important to understand one thing. You don't have to pick individual stocks. You, Dan, T, need to guess which company will go up or try to predict what the market will do tomorrow. Beginners struggle the most when they try to choose individual stocks because it feels like taking a test you didn't study for. The better option is something called an index fund or an ETF. Think of it like a big basket filled with many companies. Instead of putting all your money into one single company, your $20 gets spread across hundreds or even thousands of companies at once. That means you are instantly diversified, which is a fancy way of saying your risk is much lower. With index funds and ETFs, you don't need to research every company. You don't need to understand complicated financial charts. You don't need to check your phone every hour to see if your stocks are up or down. Your money grows automatically as the market grows. It's simple, steady, and perfect for beginners. The great news is that you don't even have to buy a full share anymore. Most investing apps allow what's called fractional shares, which means you can buy a small piece of a share even if the full share costs hundreds of dollars. So even if an ETF is priced at $400, you can still invest your $20 and own a portion of it. That means you never have to wait until you have a lot of money. You can start right now. Let's talk about how you can actually invest your first $20. You start by choosing an investing app or brokerage. There are many beginner-friendly apps that make the process simple, and opening an account usually takes only a few minutes. You'll add your basic information, verify your identity, and link a bank account. After that, you'll be ready to invest. When you open the app, you search for an ETF or index fund you want to buy. Don't let the names intimidate you. Many of these funds simply track the overall market. That means you are reinvesting in a huge portion of the economy without needing to know every detail. Once you find the fund you want, all you do is tap buy, type $20, and confirm the purchase. That's it. You have now become an investor. You didn't need a ton of money. You didn't need a complicated strategy. And you didn't need a degree in finance. You just needed the courage to start. And believe it or not, most people never even get this far. They stay stuck because they think they need more money or more knowledge. But in reality, starting small is how you learn. It's how you build confidence. It's how you make investing a natural part of your life. Now, once you've invested your first $20, you might feel tempted to check your account every hour. You might feel excited when it goes up and nervous when it goes down. And that's completely normal. But here's something important to remember. Short-term ups and downs don't matter. The market moves like a roller coaster. It goes up, it goes down, and sometimes it goes sideways. But when you zoom out and look at long periods, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years the line almost always climbs upward. Long-term investors win because they stay patient. That's why your focus shouldn't be on what happens this week. Your focus should be on building a habit. Imagine investing $20 every week or even every month. Even small amounts add up fast, and as you get more comfortable, you can increase the amount whenever you're ready. The important thing is consistency, not perfection. Think about this. If someone invests $20 every week, that's about $80 per month. Over a year, that becomes $960. But because of compounding, that money could grow into tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands over decades. It might feel slow in the beginning, but it speeds up with time, just like the snowball. When people hear this, they sometimes say, well, I don't have extra money to invest. And that's understandable. Life is expensive. But almost everyone can find $20 somewhere, maybe by skipping one fast food meal per week, cutting back on snacks, avoiding impulse purchases, or switching a brand. The reality is not that people can't invest, it's that they've never been taught how powerful small amounts can be. If you begin now, even with just $20, you're already ahead of millions of people who still haven't started. You might not realize how huge that is, but it's one of the most important steps you can take for your financial future. Most people spend their entire lives thinking about investing, talking about investing, or planning to invest one day, but they never actually take action. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect income, the perfect financial situation, yet that perfect moment never comes. Life always has bills, responsibilities, and unexpected expenses. So years go by and they stay exactly where they are. But the moment you choose to start, even with the smallest amount, you break out of that cycle. You're building a future version of yourself who will look back and say, I'm so glad I didn't wait. Imagine that future version of you. Picture that person clearly. Someone who understands money. Someone who feels confident. Someone who doesn't panic when financial conversations happen. Someone who has savings, investments, and a sense of security. Someone who feels proud rather than stressed. That future version of you doesn't magically appear out of nowhere. They are shaped by the tiny decisions you make today. Especially the decision to invest even a small amount. $20 might feel small, but the act of investing it is huge. It shows that you're willing to take control of your money. It shows that you believe in your future. It shows that you're ready to learn, ready to grow, and ready to take responsibility for your financial life. And here's the honest truth. Most people will never take that step. They'll continue saying, I'll start next month, or I'll start when I have more money, until years have passed. But not you. You're doing what most people won't, and that alone already sets you apart. Think about how many people spend $20 without even noticing. A fast food meal, a random online purchase, a subscription they forgot to cancel, snacks, drinks, small things here and there. That money disappears instantly and gives nothing back. But when you choose to invest that same $20, you're giving it a purpose. You're telling your money to work for you instead of slipping away. You're transforming something ordinary into something powerful. You're planting a seed that will grow while you sleep, while you work, and while you live your life. Starting now also means you're giving yourself the gift of time. Time is the most powerful force in investing. Not luck, not timing the market. Not picking the right stock. Just time. The longer your money is invested, the more it can grow. A person who starts small now often ends up with far more than someone who starts big later. That's because compounding works like magic, slow at first, then faster, then shockingly fast. It's like watching a tree grow. You don't see much progress in the early days. But once the roots are strong, the growth becomes unstoppable. By starting now, even at the smallest level, you're allowing compounding to work on your side. You're giving your money the chance to multiply. You're letting time do the hard work for you. And your future self will feel the impact of that decision in ways you might not fully understand today. Imagine yourself years from now, looking at your investment balance and feeling proud, not because you invested a huge amount, but because you started early. That feeling of pride comes from knowing you made a choice that changed your future. You didn't wait until life got easier. You didn't wait until you had more money. You didn't wait until everything was perfect. You started with what you had, and you let that decision grow into something meaningful. The future version of you will remember this moment as the turning point. The moment you decided that you weren't going to let fear, confusion, or self-doubt hold you back anymore. The moment you took action. The moment you refused to be like the millions of people who keep waiting for the right time. You chose to learn. You chose to try. You chose to begin. And beginning is everything. The people who become financially successful aren't always the ones who make the most money. They're often the ones who start early. They're the ones who build good habits. They're the ones who understand that small steps lead to big changes over time. And that's exactly what you're doing when you invest your first $20. You're building a habit. You're creating momentum. You're changing the direction of your financial life. It doesn't matter if you don't understand everything right away. You're not supposed to. No one starts as an expert. You learn by doing. You learn by being in the game. You learn by taking small, manageable steps. And every time you invest, even if it's just $20, you gain more experience, more confidence, and more clarity. Think about how many things in life start with something small. A friendship starts with one conversation. A healthy lifestyle starts with one walk. A career starts with one job. A business starts with one idea. And financial freedom starts with your first small investment. That's why this moment matters so much. You're not just investing $20. You're investing in your future. You're investing in the person you want to become. The future you, the one who is calmer, wiser, financially confident, will look back and feel grateful for the decision you're making today. That person will think, "Thank you for not waiting. Thank you for starting small. Thank you for believing in me." Because every successful future is built by someone in the present who was brave enough to start before they felt fully ready. And that person is you. Imagine this. Imagine waking up 10 years from today and checking your investment account. Imagine seeing a balance that's grown far beyond what you expected. Imagine knowing that you built that future one tiny step at a time, starting with a single decision and a single $20 bill. Imagine the confidence you'll feel, knowing you took control of your money, instead of letting money control you. And here's something even more powerful. When you start with $20, you remove the pressure. You don't fear losing money because it's a small amount. You get to learn without stress. You get to experiment without fear. You get to build the mindset of an investor before you ever put in bigger amounts. That mindset is more valuable than the money itself. Because once you see how simple investing can be, once you see your money working for you, once you feel the confidence building, you start investing more naturally, without forcing it. Think of your first investment like planting a seed. You don't expect a giant tree overnight. You water it, you let it grow, and you stay patient. Over time, the seed becomes a plant, the plant becomes a tree, and the tree produces fruit. Your money works the same way. You plant a small scythe. $20 earned. You let time do the heavy lifting. Your $20 won't change your life today, but the habit it builds absolutely will. This is the beginning of your financial journey. This is the moment where everything shifts. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how much you earn. What matters is that you're starting. Because the people who win with money are not the people who waited until they had more. They are the people who started with whatever they had right now. And today, that person is you.